Okay, one of the features of Canvas that's going to be really useful is being able to collaborate with other teachers that teach the same courses or content as you, and you want to basically build a master course which you can all contribute to and pull from as the curriculum gets developed during the year. And so this is one way to set that up. You have options to kind of share directly from your own courses, but the goal here would be to build, again, like this master course idea that at the end of the year would have all the resources that are needed for district teachers that then people could pull into their own course to personalize. So the way this would be set up is one person needs to go to their Canvas dashboard and scroll down and start a new course. So I'm just going to call this like geometry, and then I'm going to say it's a master course, which basically just means, again, it's this repository idea. I'm going to create the course, and while that's creating, it's going to be blank. We can then add co-teachers to it so that they can create content and bring it in together. We could also, if we had an existing course that we're pulling from, we could import that from the Commons. We could bring in the AUHSD template. But for now, what I'm going to do is just basically add the co-teachers to it and see what that looks like. So I have people, and all I need to do, so on the people tab within that course, I'm going to add people. I'm going to try to add my own personal email address that's not a school one so that I can go back and forth and show you what that looks like. So let me add that real quick. And then this is important. What we need to do is, instead of being a student, I'm trying to add a teacher. So I'm going to have a co-teacher here, and I hit next, and then I hit add users. So that's going to send a an email notice and a Canvas notice to that person that they have to then accept. So I'm going to toggle over to my student, this other account, to see what that looks like when I come through here. My email, I have the course invitation. I'm going to click on it, and I've been invited to be a teacher, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. So now when I come to it opens up my Canvas account. I'm going to accept this piece, and it's going to prompt me with some component. Now this is where, again, as teachers, we would build out our course collaboratively. So let's say that I'm working on this component. I'm going to make a module. I'm just going to call it chapter 1, and then I'm going to add that module. And then I'm going to, in that module, I'm going to add an assignment, and I'm going to call it homework number 1, and I'm going to add it there. So again, we can collaborate back and forth to see what this looks like. If I go back to the other teachers, so now this again a co-teacher model, and I go to the modules, go to my home, and then go to modules, you see that it's added that content, right? So I'd have teachers that are collaborating. Let's say maybe I'm adding the lecture videos. So in chapter 1, I'm going to add a page, and it would be chapter 1, lesson 1, whatever it is. And I'd add those items together. You can just drag them around. You can have somebody building assessments. However you want to do it, you can build this kind of master course where you have that shared content. You're not going to ever enroll students in it, but it would be something that teachers can collaborate on. And so now we have, let's say we've built our course and we want to bring it into our actual course that's live that has students in it. Okay, so I'm trying to now bring this content into my actual live course. The way that you do that, you go back to your dashboard. Up here, you would have your actual course. I don't have, these courses aren't live yet, so I have another course that would be my real geometry course. I would open it up, and then what I want to do is over on, you can see it's blank, there's nothing in there. I want to import existing content. So I'm going to import that existing content, and then I need to select what I'm doing. I'm going to copy a Canvas course, and I'm going to select the Geometry Master course. That's where I pulled stuff from. And then I don't want to bring it all in necessarily. Maybe I want to only get a component of it. So I'm going to say specific content. I'm going to select that content. And then I'm going to either have the modules, I could get the assignment. So I see if I just wanted like the new assignment, I would pull that through. I'm just going to pull in the whole module so we can see what that looks like. I'm going to hit selected content. It's going to pull it down and then put it into my course. So now when I go back to my real geometry page, what we can see is that content has been pulled in. You can then continue to develop in your other courses. So let's say your co-teacher is continuing to work on homework 1. And so they add another homework assignment. Let's make a new one. We'll call it homework 2. And when I look at homework 2 and edit it, 1 through 10, 10 through 20. And we're going to save that. Now you can see this isn't a published course. So it doesn't matter. I can still pull it as a teacher. What I am going to do though is go back and edit homework 1. And so when I edit homework 1, we have, let's say that this is complete 1 through 10. And I'm going to save that. So this master course has been edited. I'm going to go back to my real course where I'm using it. And I'm going to select, I'm going to import that existing content again. So let's say that the next module, the homework is ready. I'm going to copy a Canvas course. I'm going to go back to my master geometry course. I again don't want to bring it all in. I want to have that specific content. I'm going to hit import. I'm going to select, and then I'm going to look at assignment homework 2, the one that I just brought in. And again, it's going to pull it down and it's going to complete it. I'm going to go back to my module. Okay, so I was looking for that assignment to come in. It's imported it through. It didn't show up in the module. But however, when I go to assignments, it's sitting here in this imported assignment component. So what I need to do is if you don't bring in the whole module, it won't come through that same way. So now what I need to do is go to my module and I'm going to add that assignment to my own module. So I guess when you pull in the whole module, it comes through as it looks. When you just bring in a component, it doesn't put it in the module that necessarily it came from. What I wanted to look at though is this idea of do these update. When I look at homework 2 and I look at the details, it has what I put there. If I go back though and look at homework 1, right, there's no content with it. It's not something that that is a live document. So once you bring it in, you're breaking that link between the previous assignments. So you need to be careful of edits after you've brought stuff together. The other thing too is, let's say that you edit your homework 1. This is my own content, and you save it. And then you were to go back and bring in module 1 again, right? So you would say you want to bring in, it's been updated, you want to copy your Canvas course from the master, and I'm going to do again specific content. Let's say that I just bring in, I want to do that first module, that first unit. It's going to bring it in. And since that module had the assignments there, we should see them in the format that they look like they were in the master course. There they are. You can see though now, right, I have this duplicate homework 2, and homework 1 that I had modified has been overwritten by the one from the master. So you need to be a little bit cautious of where you're making revisions. The two kind of points to clue into are, once you bring in an assignment, you've broken that link. And so if an edit comes from the master file, it's not going to carry through automatically. If you do import again, it's going to override that file that you had. You can see it's also added two of the homework 2s because that was in the module and then I added it directly. So again, it's a way to share work. You just need to be a little bit cautious about when you're bringing things in and understand that as you are building them, you should only probably publish something that's done. So if I was in my Geometry Master course, if I'm not going to edit it again, I would either tell people directly or I'd say, all right, I'm publishing this, which means that I'm not going to touch it, and kind of go from there. So hopefully that helps a little bit with the workflow so that you guys can collaboratively build components and bring them into your courses.